What a move out of San Antonio. The Spurs didn't wait long. In fact, they moved with surgical precision. Less than 90 minutes into the NBA's free agency window, the Spurs made a statement. This team isn't just building around Victor Wembanyama, they're reinforcing him. San Antonio has agreed to a 4-year, $41 million deal with 7'2" center Luke Kornet, according to ESPN's Shams Charania. The move gives the Spurs more than just front-court depth. It gives them identity, strategy, and the kind of veteran presence that could quietly reshape the West's youngest, most intriguing roster. Before we go deeper, do us a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe for the latest NBA updates, and drop a comment. Was this a smart move by the Spurs? Or is $41 million too much for a backup big? Now let's break it down. Luke Kornet, at 29 years old, is coming off the most effective season of his NBA career. He averaged 6 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 1 block per game in under 19 minutes per night for the Boston Celtics. That's not eye-popping until you realize the impact numbers behind it. Boston outscored opponents by 14.9 points per 100 possessions with Kornet on the floor. That was the best net rating on the team. Better than Tatum, better than Holiday, better than Derek White. When Kornet was in the game, the Celtics dominated. And he did it by knowing exactly who he is. No flash, no ego, just elite role-player execution. After flirting with the idea of stretching the floor earlier in his career, Kornet has embraced his role as a rim runner and interior presence. In the past 2 seasons, he's shot 68.1% from the field. That's elite territory for a center coming off the bench. But it's not just the numbers. It's the style, the effort, the IQ. Kornet became famous for what fans affectionately call the Kornet contest, a defensive maneuver where he jumps to contest three-point shooters from absurd distances, using his 7'2" frame and massive wingspan to disrupt shots without even needing to be nearby. It's unorthodox, sure, but it works. And the tape doesn't lie. On a team like the Spurs, who are molding their identity around defense, discipline, and length, Kornet is the perfect fit. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Victor Wembanyama is a generational talent, no question. But what we saw last season is that Wemby can dominate at power forward when paired with another true big. He's fluid, he's mobile, and he has the skill set of a wing in the body of a center. San Antonio giving him more time at the 4, especially in double big lineups, is a smart adjustment. Enter Kornet. He's not coming to San Antonio to take touches or headlines. He's coming to do the dirty work, to protect the rim, to rebound, to give Wemby the freedom to roam defensively, stretch the floor offensively, and avoid wear and tear battles down low every single night. And in a Western Conference packed with big bodies, Jokic, Sabonis, Chet Holmgren, Cat, Zion, having a legitimate 7-footer off the bench is no longer a luxury. It's a necessity. For the Spurs, this is about more than just rotation depth. It's about putting structure around Wembanyama's development. About adding high IQ, low-maintenance veterans who understand their roles. And about signaling that this team is done sitting in the rebuilding cellar. San Antonio has cap space. They have youth. They have one of the greatest basketball minds in Greg Popovich. But moves like this, quiet, calculated, and culture-driven, are what build winning environments. Kornet isn't just a depth signing. He's a cultural piece. He knows how to thrive in a system. He just spent years in Boston under Ime Udoka and Joe Mazzulla, 2 coaches who demanded consistency, communication, and defensive commitment. Those habits travel. And in a Spurs locker room loaded with young players, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sochan, Stephon Castle, and of course Wemby, that kind of example matters. Let's also talk value. 4 years, $41 million. Just over $10 million a year for a proven plug-and-play backup center who can spot start if needed, give you real playoff minutes, and serve as a mentor behind the scenes. That's a bargain in today's NBA. The market is shifting. Versatile, mobile bigs who can set screens, finish around the rim, and anchor a second unit? They're rising in value. And when you look at what Kornet brings, rim protection, interior efficiency, defensive length, and low-maintenance leadership, this might be one of the savviest under-the-radar deals of the summer. So don't sleep on the Spurs. They may not have made the loudest move on day one of free agency, but they made one of the smartest.